Okay, y'all, Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 3. So, this episode is the first episode that had me laughing. Like, I could not. Tyrion scenes is just freaking hilarious. Like, I cannot. So, the one scene with Tyrion, his father called this little meeting for, the people that's closest in the realm or whatever, like, in this castle. So at the meeting, it's freaking Tywin. He's the head of the meeting because he's the hand of the king. And then we have his advisors, which is Lord Baelish Littlefinger, who is he's supposed to be the treasurer. And then we have, Varys, and I don't know what the hell his position is there. And then we have the old man, the one that I said that be acting like he's slow as shit, but he really ain't. And then Cersei was there, and then Tyrion, right? So they all coming inside the room or whatever for the little meeting. So Littlefinger hurry up and rush over to go sit down at the table. And then Varys follows him, and then the old man follow too. So then Tyrion is looking at all this shit like, okay, like y'all that pressed to be jumping down when my father say jump or whatever. So then Cersei come and she see all that shit, and all the chairs is like aligned to like the left side of Tywin. Like he's at the head and it's like a bunch of chairs on that side. That's where they all supposed to sit. Cersei picks up her fucking chair and goes and sit right next to her damn father. Like, I don't know, wait, what y'all think I'm doing? But I'm not gonna be down here with all of them, sitting back here with all of them. So then Tyrion look at all this shit. This is the part that made me laugh. Like it was just hilarious. Well, what Cersei did and then Tyrion. So then Tyrion looks like, okay. So Tyrion drags the chair from the left side as well, and he drags his all the way to the other end, the opposite end of Tywin. And that shit had me so laughing so bad because it was just so funny. Like he couldn't even pick up the heavy ass chair. And then he started dragging it across the room to go sit in another spot. Like I was just like, that is so funny. So then Tyrion, he is getting named Master of Coin. So he's now the new person who is in charge of the treasurer. So he goes over to Littlefinger to try to get, the books, the treasury books and all that. So then he finds out that the King's Land and that they are in debt to Bravos and to his father. Okay. Now while they there, Project had saved Tyrion's life during the battle or whatever, and murked the boy who had sliced Tyrion's face to try to get him or whatever. So he had paid for three girls, to get it in with Podrick or whatever. So when Podrick comes back to where Tyrion is, he bringing back all his money that he paid. So Tyrion is like, hold up, why you bringing back all this money? Like, what's going on? The girls ain't want the money or whatever the case may be. Like, they just loved you so much that they didn't want to be paid. And Patrick was looking like, yeah, like, so they like, oh, give me the details, him and Braun. They like, oh, well, you gotta tell me what you did because ain't no way. Tyrion was like, I ain't never had a girl and they never wanted the money. Tyrion was like, you gotta tell me what you did, all the stuff you did. And that was Project's first time with a girl for real. And he had three of them on his first time. So then we get to Arya. Arya is still with the brothers of the Brotherhood or whatever, and they told her that she wasn't a prisoner, but that she could go at any time, but they still got her traveling with them or whatever the case may be. So Gendry and her traveling together. They had left Hot Pie at the end because the end lady likes Hot Pie cooking and is agreeing to pay him, so he's staying. And now Gendry and Arya is on the road with the Brotherhood. Now Daenerys is trying to figure out how she's going to pay for 8,000 unsolids, okay? Because she needs an army. So she basically tells them that she's going to give up one of her dragons and she's giving up some of her Dothraki people and she has some gold. So that was all her exchange and that's going to be her payment for getting the solid that's what they call, I think that's what they call the warriors or whatever. And her advisors is basically like telling her that's not a good idea to give away your dragons because you need them dragons like in order to take over King's Landing. So she basically after the meeting or whatever, she was like, y'all, if y'all ever try to like go against my decision in front of people again, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be off with your head pretty much. So Jamie and Little, not Littlefinger, but Jamie and Brianna Toff, they both are captured. Okay, by they both are captured by Northerners, and they're about to take Jamie back to Rob. Okay, um, so basically, Jamie was trying to like smooth talk his way out of being captured and going back to Rob and this, that, the third. Talk about his father got all his money and that they could be rich if they, don't do anything to him and this and that, blah, blah, blah. So out of nowhere, the man, he was like acting like he was buying it or whatever the case may be, but he was trying to prove a point to Jamie, like, your money ain't shit over here with me for real. And chopped Jamie hand off. And I know that hurt Jamie feelings because he a fighter for real, so he ain't be able to fight as good as he can, especially with that hand, because that's his favorite hand or whatever. But it's so crazy because when they chopped off his hand, like he looked at the hand and then started screaming, like, nigga, what you think he had chopped off your goddamn the wood or something? Like you ain't feel that hand? It must have been a clean cut for real. It was quick. It must have been a clean cut. He ain't feel it. And so he looked over and seen it. He was like, ah, like yo, he is funny as shit. So then, let me see. Catherine is having a funeral for her father. Okay, he had died or whatever the case may be. And then she basically like telling her memories to her uncle and stuff like that. After the funeral and everything like that. So they give her father a little funeral and stuff. Um, Let me see. Theon is captured and locked down or whatever. Bolton got him, okay, and he basically let him go because he playing the game with him, and he let him run or whatever the case may be, and he had his men chase him, but then he went to go chase after them, and off all his men. So I guess he want Theon to think that he's this kind person, but actually he's going to be really brutal to Theon in the near future. Okay, so yeah, Theon just don't know what he got going on, but I can't even feel bad for Theon because he deserved it. Like burning down Winterfell, turning against Rob, like all that craziness that he was doing, like he a punk for real. Like I don't like Theon. He do one act of goodness towards the end of the shows, but for right now, I just don't like him for real. And I don't care how much torture they torture him because I feel like he deserved it for what he did to Winterfell and to Rob. So, what else happened? I think I hit on everything. I think that's everything that really went down in these episodes for real. So, yeah. Tell me what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the next one.